So, today, another book review, another Yukio Mishima book. This one is Spring Snow. So, I actually don't have the book, I read it on my Kindle. Um, so as you know, I said I'd keep doing Yukio Mishima book reviews because there aren't many out there. And likewise, Spring Snow doesn't have many video reviews out there. I don't even think there's any. There might be one. Um, so yeah, this book, well, unlike the others, and this is what surprised me, it's not a very political book. Um, compared to the last two, books I read, which dealt with, you know, um, basically what is a man in Japan, and the other one dealing with homosexuality in Japan. This one is just not anything like that at all. Honestly, it's just a romance novel. It's a love story, which really caught me off guard because, especially after reading these last two books of his, I just was completely expecting, people to die, everyone to die miserable, people to die miserable deaths, people to be depressed and lonely, commit suicide. But this isn't really the case with this one. I mean, a major character does die at the end, but that really wasn't the main point of the story. It's literally, I mean, it's nothing to do with Yukio Mishima's other work. It has nothing in common with them. I guess brief synopsis. There's three main characters. There's Honda. You're kind of seeing the story through Honda's eyes. Watching his friend Kiyaki just kind of make a mess of his life, mostly because of a woman being named Satoko. And at first, um, Kiyaki is just kind of spoiled. I guess you could say he comes from royalty, Japan. Royal families, or I guess clans, you would say. And Honda comes from the rising bureaucratic class, of commoners who are gaining power and prestige. And this is like around 1940s Japan, or right before, I want to say 1940s Japan. Yeah, basically before World War II. Um, and you see how Kiyuaki just, he's kind of spoiled, he's kind of sheltered, his privilege gets him places, whereas Honda doesn't really have that, and he has to work for what he gains for. But you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, okay, so it's following what Mishima's other works. No, not so much. I mean, it's briefly dabbled into, but it's not really the focus. And Kiyuaki has known this girl, Satoko, for his whole life basically, and she loves him, but he doesn't reciprocate those feelings um, until certain events occur and he realizes he does love her. But by then it's too late, and it's just a spiral downward until the very end. Saying any more would probably spoil the story. Um, so what did I think about this book? Well, it's Yukio Mishima, and I like his other works, and I like his writing style, so it's a very good book, even though it doesn't touch on the seriousness of his other works. Like the other books, of course, though, he dabbles too much into the poetry, and constantly has metaphors and symbolism and things that just don't need to be there. Especially towards the end, it's just symbolism, non-stop. Um, and it's kind of refreshing to see Yukio's writing when he's not so focused on being angry at how Japan is going. Um, Although I guess, I don't know, I'm not too sure the order of his books, but I feel like this is one of his earlier works, and it seems like what he wrote about in this book may have been precedent for why he wrote what he did later on, all his more serious stuff. Because you do kind of see the royal, the big Japanese clans just dying out, the samurai class dying out, in favor of, the new world, the more Western viewpoint. And but again, it's not something that he's so dead set on making a point across as in his other works, which is good, which is refreshing if you've read his other stuff. Um, you know, so would I recommend it? Yes, definitely. It's part one of a trilogy. I don't know when I will touch on the other two. Might be a while. But yeah, I mean, it's just an all-around great book. You know, no real issues with it whatsoever. The characters are all fleshed out very well. Honda, Kiriaki, Satoko, and a few others are really fleshed out. Um, there are these two characters who come from Siam, which is Thailand, modern day Thailand. I didn't really see the point of them being in the story, but um, other than that, it was just a fantastic story, and you should get it, you should read it, and enjoy it. All right then, thank you very much, and have a good day, guys.